Hello everyone, this is CJ982 and today we are back for another brand new video. Today's video we're here to speak about another win, lads. Not just another win, another 3-0 win with another clean sheet for Shags. But as always, just a friendly reminder, in case you are new around here, make sure you be hitting that subscribe button and help the nation on our way towards 55k. But without any further ado, I just want to talk about this game of football. It's good to talk about good Rangers things, so let's just get into it then, shall we? 3, 2, 1. Motherwell 0, Rangers 3. Now that was the final score, but after the first 10-15 minutes, I would not have absolutely believed that was going to happen, because let's be fair, it was great the rest of the game, but the first 15 minutes, boy, was that rough to watch. Just punts, 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 foul on Hatrick, foul on Hatrick, foul on Hatrick. It was weird. But after a tricky 15-minute spell, I thought we started getting on the ball more, started getting our head up and started looking for the passes. And once we started to click with the passing, the 1-2 movements, opening up spaces all over the park, that is when Rangers really took over the game. And we absolutely bossed that game for the rest of it. I mean, Motherwell was on a tremendous run. They had won 5 on the bounce. This isn't a Motherwell that was there for an ass whipping. No. They were challenging themselves to go and beat their own record of winning 6 consecutive games in the SPFL. That is what they were challenging themselves to do. And we just came to their house and absolutely slapped them silly. Now let's talk about the first goal of the game then, shall we? And it came from, guess who? Scotty Arfield. Spoiler alert, it was 3-0, he scored a hat-trick. Guess who we're going to be talking about. But there's so much more than that to just saying, oh, he scored a hat-trick, this and that. It was his movement, it was his ability to link up with Jermaine Defoe, which I don't know, I didn't understand how they've got this perfect link up and how much in sync they actually are, because they've barely played with each other. But in the last 2 games with this new formation, with Jermaine Defoe as the focal point, with Arfield gambling each and every single time the ball goes forward, it looks like they've done that all season long. It was absolutely beautiful to watch, and it happened over and over and over again. But the way the actual ball went into the back of net, then it got zipped into Jermaine Defoe. Jermaine Defoe turns, gets his head up, Arfield gambles, it continues his run on, Defoe slips a beautiful pass in between the 2 defenders. Yes, the defender does get a sort of deflection onto the pass, but I still believe it's a Jermaine Defoe assist. I'm wondering how you're actually feeling about that. But anyway, Scott Arfield continues his run and sort of chips it beautifully past the goalkeeper. That wasn't his only delicate chipped finish. But one thing I'll say about Scott Arfield, when he is given the chance inside the box, I'm thinking about all season long, he's very clinical. So I think this new formation and the style of play is only going to get better for Rangers, and also Scotty Arfield's goals / assist tally. But moving on to the second goal of the game, and I think that shows a lot of grit and determination in this Rangers team, because the way that actually breaks down is Tavernier is running with the ball inside their half, right at the edge, ends up getting clipped, and it goes all the way back to the corner flag. Ryan Jack sprints from the halfway line all the way over to the corner flag. He's putting pressure constantly on the Motherwell players. He done that all day, to be fair. He got fucking stuck into absolutely everything, but he continued to chase it. It goes back to the goalkeeper, back to the defender. Defoe's starting to put pressure on the goalkeeper. Ryan Jack still putting pressure on the ball, and Daniel Candeias comes down the right hand side, gambles perfectly, perfect timing from Daniel Candeias, wins the ball back exactly, slips into Ryan Jack with a beautifully weighted pass into Arfield, and Arfield once again with a clinical chipped finish. I thought we were supposed to be shite with Alfredo Morelos. Why are we better? It's not making sense to me. So after the ball went in the back of the net for the second time, it was the 40th minute, and then you saw the composed Rangers again on the ball, not rushing things, not getting overly exposed, just keeping the ball moving, and that has got us to half time. Before we speak about the second half, there is a couple of players I actually want to mention, because genuinely I could speak about nearly every single one of them, and this would make this video about 55 minutes long, but we're going to just drag it back a little bit. We need to talk about John Flanagan again at the left back position, continuing his perfect form from Hearts. Yes, he did get beat from a sort of lofted ball at one point from Jake Hasty, but he recovered well and ended up getting the block in from the shot. And John Flanagan is just absolutely nailing boys left, right and centre, not in a dirty way, in a footballing sense, because he's just gone for the ball each and every single time, and it's no a nice delicate challenge, it's no just coming to win the ball. He's coming through and he's making sure the man actually feels the slide challenge, and that is putting fear into them. And once again, the exact same thing I said as against Hearts. After about a couple of challenges for John Flanagan, did it look like Hasty even wanted it? No, he went towards Mayer to the centre and was like, "Ken what, I'm not going out the wing again because I'm getting my ass handed to me by John Flanagan." But let's jump over to the second half then, and let's break this bad boy down. Shortly before we actually scored our third and final goal of the game from Scotty Arfield, Jermaine Defoe actually put the ball into the back of the net with a beautifully chipped finish running on from a Scott Arfield assist. I'll throw up there. Obviously it was ruled incorrectly for offside. Shock, horror, I can't believe it. So Defoe might have been frustrated at that, maybe started to lose his temper, but he was truly composed throughout the entire game, and I think that showed in the third and final goal, because Ryan Jack Disney pull out a 50-50. You saw that. It ricochets out to Jermaine Defoe. Defoe with a beautiful turn. Now he's inside the box. 4 or 5 minutes after a goal was incorrectly ruled offside, he could have had that built-up frustration and just rattled it and tried to have a shot. But no, he lifts his head up. He shows his experience. He sees that Scotty Arfield there, who's on a hat-trick with an easier tap in, and he just slips it to him. It's as simple as that. It's teamwork and working for the actual team. No getting inside your own head whenever a couple of things go against you. He just looks up, passes it to Arfield. Arfield with a beautiful first time finish into the back of the net. And I honestly really loved that goal, and I thought it was important to mention the fact that he was also robbed of an actual goal as well, because that could have actually been playing on his mind. But no, Jermaine Defoe is all business, and his business is winning games. And if we only take one thing away from this actual game, bar the formation by the way, which I absolutely love, is that we need to continue to play Arfield and Jermaine Defoe, because this is only 2 games in now, and I want to see where this partnership can actually lead us, because it's absolutely perfect. And also massive congratulations to the Canadian superstar on his first career hat-trick. Shall we do a thumbnail? Okay, thumbnail. Speaking of thumbnails, by the way, do you remember the Hearts result when I've done a thumbnail like that? Because it was 3-0, you know, 3 fingers, 3-0. There's the O, it's all there. Look at this comment. Look at this. Honestly, they're no clever, are they? Jesus. But anyway, let's get back to the football then. Now, obviously, that was the third and final goal of the game, but we also did create a couple other half opportunities. I know Jermaine Defoe had one inside the box. It was very well saved by the goalkeeper, but we didn't need to go out and put 4 or 5 by them. We just controlled the game, and that's maybe a wee bit boring to some people, but I like seeing Rangers just boss people's stadiums and control the game and just win it, keep a clean sheet. That is old style like Rangers football, especially under Walter Smith. When did you see 5 or 6 under Walter Smith? You never saw it very often. You saw 2 or 3-0 and we controlled and just cut off Motherwell completely. That is what we're slowly getting into, and this is what this formation allows us to do. That extra man in midfield, which is obviously Stephen Davis playing this deep line playmaker role, is just strolling into. We have finally found a position and formation that suits not only Jermaine Defoe, Scotty Arfield, but also Stephen Davis, and you can see his class on the ball. I thought it was another brilliant performance from Stephen Davis. Every single time the ball came near him, his head's up, he's swinging it from left to right, to left, to right, wherever it needed to go, Stephen Davis sent it. Now, the next player we're actually going to speak about very, very briefly is going to be Captain Tavernier, who I thought had another very good game. A vital interception defensively. We all talk about what he does going forward and his assists and goals, his impressive record, but at 1-0, we done an offside trap. We had the guy 3 yards offside. The linesman doesn't see it, even though he's here to there from the actual incident, but he plays on anyway. They whip it right across the box. It should probably be a goal, but Tavernier brilliantly covering and using his defensive instincts to get back and clear the ball away. His performance was brilliant, but obviously there's going to be a lot of talk, or there should be a lot of talk, about what happened when he was trying to take a throw in. This is just absolutely pathetic. Didn't throw shit at players. He gets 1 litre through at him. I think there was about 3 or 4 even in total, but anyway, 1 gets done. The referee sees it. He comes there. The referee's picking up, and while the referee's picking up the lighter, there's loads of boos coming from that end, and another lighter gets thrown at him, which Tavernier, to give credit, just shows I absolutely love him even more now, if I'm honest with you. He just looks at them, just laughs at them, because he just they're just silly wee laddies throwing their dad's lighters. And I just love the fact that he just stood there. He never flinched, he never got scared, he never tried to move away, he never tried to take a quick throw in. No, he just stood there, stood tall like a Rangers captain, and waited for the referee to blow the whistle so he could get on with the actual game. And lastly, just very, very briefly, I need to speak about the midfield, because Jack, and obviously Kamara's maybe got underneath the headlines, but I thought Jack got stuck into absolutely everything. He showed his grit and determination to actually make the second goal. If he doesn't make that run, they've got about 40 yards to actually play the ball back out, and that is obviously still 1-0 at the actual time, so you've got to give Jack credit for that. And also Glenn Kamara, who is probably no one's even speaking about, because that's his level of consistency right now. It's just brilliant performance after brilliant performance. This midfield, I can't speak highly enough. I didn't want to change the formation when certain people come back. Maybe drop Daniel Candeias back out and put Ryan Kent there, if that's going to be our strongest lineup. But I'm absolutely loving the way Rangers are playing just now. There's freedom, there's creativeness, there's unpredictability. We're not just forcing the ball to certain players. It's brilliant. It's honestly, it's just a joy to watch. It's just a shame it's about 30 games too late. But I think we'll actually end the video there on my part of things. I'm absolutely delighted. How are you feeling? What did you see in the game? Who stood out for you? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. And one last thing I actually want to mention very, very briefly is Daniel Candeias' sort of reaction to the goals. He seemed quite off. I'll throw up the pictures on the top left hand side and you can let me know what your thoughts are about the incident. But obviously that was Arfield getting his hat-trick. Everyone ran up to him and celebrated, but Daniel Candeias turned away and just walked back to the halfway line. It just seemed a little bit off from Daniel Candeias. Obviously I made the joke that when a Rangers player scores a hat-trick and it's not Alfredo Morelos, he's not happy. But again, I thought Daniel Candeias worked hard in the game. I certainly never saw a lack of effort from Daniel Candeias. I never saw a player given a strop, but just in the celebrations, he just seemed a little off. Maybe he was walking back to get a drink of water or something like that. Maybe the videos later will come out. But yeah, it just seemed off from Daniel Candeias, not just to celebrating one of the goals, but in pretty much all of them. It was weird. But let's get over to Twitter then and hear from the people. 1,349 votes. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for getting involved. 1% voted for other. 4% voted for Ryan Jack. 6% voted for Jermaine Defoe. But the far and away winner with 89% of the votes, and rightly so, is for Captain Canada himself, Mr. Scotty Arfield. So let's see what the people had to say. Suzanne writes in, has to be Scotty Arfield, but the team played some great football. I'm gutted that Defoe didn't get one though. He certainly deserved one for his work rate. True Blue 72 writes in, great all around. Candyman was a bit of a passenger again. Not sure what his problem is at the moment, but 3 points, I can't complain. Roy O'Neill writes in, has to be Arfield, took all the goals well and played overall great. And the last 2 or 3 that we'll actually read out comes from Billy K. Writes in, Arfield's best game by far, Davis's best game by far, Defoe's best game by far, man of the match Arfield, great partnership with Jermaine Defoe. And the last one we'll read out comes from bang! Oh no, it's Ross Watson. You couldn't write that. Jack, Tav, Davis and Flanagan were outstanding, but Arfield scored a hat-trick, so it has to be him. Well, there you are. Even Ross Watson is behaving in the last comment of today's video. You've heard from the people, you've heard from myself. If you haven't done so already, get your thoughts and opinions out there. That is why the channel exists. Also, shout out to the legends on the Patreons account. I thank you for all the support. If you'd like to help support the channel, the link for that is down in the description below. And lastly now, we obviously have a charity football game coming up on June the 8th, 2 PM at Falkirk Stadium. Links will be down in the description if you haven't bought your tickets yet. All the money will be raised is going for charity. I've been CJ Over92. Thanks so much for watching, and bye.